Hello, welcome to another FCR Solutions Spotlight, where we highlight some of the technology that we've seen recently that can not only improve your customer service, but also your business. I'm Jeremy Watkin, and I'm the Director of Customer Experience here at FCR. And in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about 5 contact center technology upgrades that you should consider as we head into 2019. And I know in recent years we've become more and more aware of chatbots, and I'm sure you've spoken with a well-meaning salesperson that has told you that it's chatbots or die at this point, where you need to automate your customer interactions. And while there is some truth to that, and at scale you can certainly automate certain interactions, that's not going to be the focus of my talk or my recommendations today. I want to talk about ways to improve self-help and help make your agents more efficient. And I broke that into 5 different areas. And in some ways, this is going to be a recap from some past videos over the past year or so. Let's get right to it, because we have a lot to go through. The first thing is to better integrate Slack with your existing support tools. And I see that being in 2 different areas. The first is integrating Slack better with your ticket system, and you can use a tool called BubbleIQ, which allows your agents, when let's assume they're using a tool like Zendesk or Salesforce. This allows your agents to tag a ticket, such like if they need to escalate their ticket to somebody in Slack. Normally they would copy and paste that ticket number into Slack, and then somebody would have to go into Zendesk, read that ticket, write a note, and then write a note back in Slack. Now, BubbleIQ eliminates some of that back and forth between the systems, where your agents can tag the ticket within Zendesk, it posts a note to a certain group within or channel within Slack. Somebody in Slack, maybe it's a supervisor, they don't even have to have a Zendesk login to read what's on that ticket and what it's about. They can write a note in Slack that gets posted back to Zendesk, and then the agent will see that and they can go ahead and respond to the customer. Slack is such an integral tool for support teams, for getting questions answered, for communicating with each other, that this BubbleIQ can help save some time and aggravation there in this process of getting help for your agents. The second Slack integration that I think is really critical is more around the knowledge base, and I see Guru doing some great work in this space. Where your agents can, within Slack, they can ask Guru questions and get answers to key knowledge base articles. There's even the ability within Slack to be able to update knowledge articles that get posted on Guru, and that can get posted to your knowledge base, and your customers can then find answers to the questions that they have. So it can be a great way to get your knowledge base more up to date. And that leads me to my second point, which is supercharging your self-help. Guru is doing some great work around a process called KCS. This is not heavy technology here. It's called Knowledge-Centered Support, and it's a process that you can install on your customer support team, where everybody on the support team is a part of this group that helps improve your knowledge, your knowledge base. So anytime an agent takes a phone call or responds to a ticket, they can evaluate whether the knowledge base answered that question and if it should be improved, and everybody's empowered to suggest improvements to that knowledge base, and it's a great way to keep it up to date. This is something that's high on my priority list for 2019, is to learn more about KCS, and you can even get certified in that. Second way to supercharge your self-help is to keep track of what customers are asking. Most knowledge bases have the ability to type in a search to ask a question in plain English, and they'll keep track of that stuff. Make sure you're getting those questions answered. And then this is where self-help really comes in. Tools like Zendesk AnswerBot, Solvvy, and AnswerDash are all helping us with using natural language processing to understand what a customer is asking for and then present them with an answer. AnswerBot does it by, when a customer sends in an email, it uses natural language processing to read the email and send back possible answers to the customer. If it answers their question, they can solve out their own ticket. Solvvy sits in front of your web form or in front of your chat form, where customers are filling out a form to either submit a ticket or chat with you. Solvvy will present answers. Customers can mark if that answer solved their problem, and then that'll prevent tickets and prevent chats that could have been solved by the knowledge base. And then AnswerDash is a widget that can live on any page on your website and help answer customer questions. And all of these tools use machine learning to get better at predicting what the best answer is going to be for that customer. So it's pretty cool. All right, number 3, harness the power of microlearning. And one of the best ways to do this is using an LMS like Lessonly. LMS is Learning Management System. Use a tool like that, like Lessonly or Hickory, and they can help you do this. What I mean by microlearning is creating bite-sized lessons, 3 to 5 minutes, that your agents can go through in between interactions. We know that time is at a premium. You can't pull all your agents off the phones. You can't shut your phones off very often. So in between phone calls, in between emails, give them 3 to 5 minute lessons where they can continue to learn. You don't have to put it off for a rainy day or a day when, that mythical day when you have zero calls in the queue. It just probably isn't going to happen. So look at microlearning. Number 4 is to recognize those speech patterns that lead to success. And I read a Harvard Business Review article in the last year talking about different speech patterns that lead to more successful customer interactions. One of the things they talked about was the importance of using I language instead of we language, taking personal ownership over that interaction. The second is, we talk a lot about empathy and the importance of empathizing with customers. I still think it's important, but what research is showing is that we can empathize, but we need to quickly take control of that interaction and move it toward a resolution. The customer wants to know that we're moving somewhere, that we're going to get their problem solved. A company I see doing a great job in this area is called RapportBoost, and they're in the speech and text analytics genre of technologies. And they are analyzing chat conversations, and I think you can lump in other messaging into that, like text. They're analyzing these conversations for some of these speech patterns that lead to more sales, closed sales, better upselling, and higher customer satisfaction. And they're actually turning that into training for your support teams. So it's pretty cool. Keep an eye out for RapportBoost. Now, the 5th thing, this is a little bit less of a recommendation and a more of just looking at the state of the market, is to keep an eye on the customer engagement market. There have been a lot of acquisitions over the last year and a lot of big announcements, like a couple that I've mentioned in the past. Or Salesforce is ending Desk.com over the next year or so. Zendesk acquired their own CRM, which is moving them closer to having a full suite of omni-channel services. And then you see new players on the market that are kind of reinventing that the agent-facing customer interaction, where it looks like a Facebook wall internally, and customers can text you, they can call in, they can email, you can pull in their Shopify status to see what's going on with their order. All these things, tools like Customer with a K and Gorgeous are really interesting to keep an eye on. And I think what I would say to you about the customer engagement market is that this competition that's going on is really good for consumers. There are so many companies innovating, and there's so many acquisitions happening that whether you stay put or pick a different tool, you're going to continue to see better integration, you're going to see better reliability, and I think we're going to get closer to the omni-channel customer and agent experience that I think we desire. So you'll continue to see improvement there. Maybe we won't achieve perfection, but I think you'll continue to see improvement. Now that's it. Those were 5 technology upgrades to consider for your contact center in 2019. If you have any questions at all, please leave a comment or reach out to me directly. Thank you so much.